Emmet Fox was a prominent spiritual leader and author whose work has profoundly influenced the development of modern metaphysical thought. Born in Ireland in 1886, Fox was educated as an electrical engineer before he shifted his focus to spirituality. His early life was marked by a deep interest in the nature of reality and the power of the mind, which led him to explore the teachings of the New Thought movement, a spiritual philosophy that emphasizes the transformative power of positive thinking, prayer, and the belief in an all-encompassing divine presence. Central to Fox's philosophy is the belief in the omnipresence of God, which he described as an all-pervading spirit of infinite love, wisdom, and power. He taught that this divine presence is not distant or abstract, but is accessible to everyone through prayer, meditation, and the cultivation of positive thoughts. Fox was a firm advocate of the idea that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality, a concept that is foundational to his teachings on the power of mind and the law of cause and effect. The teachings of Emmet Fox in The Spiritual Truth offer profound insights into the nature of reality and spiritual growth, with concepts that align seamlessly with logical patterns of coexistence, causality, and reinforcement. In the spiritual realm, God's omnipresence, divine love, and the universal mind coexist as the foundational elements of reality. Fox writes, "There is no spot where God is not," emphasizing that the presence of the divine permeates every aspect of existence. This omnipresence is inseparable from divine love, which flows unconditionally to all beings, and is a manifestation of the universal mind, the infinite intelligence that binds all creation. These three elements must coexist for spiritual equilibrium to be maintained. The absence of any one element disrupts the balance, leading to a spiritual disconnection. As Fox notes, when you feel separated from God, you feel separated from everything else, illustrating the essential nature of these intertwined concepts. Fox's teachings highlight the power of thought and its role in shaping reality, a concept deeply embedded in the relationship between thought power, spiritual practice, and manifestation. He asserts, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he," indicating that our thoughts directly influence our reality. This thought power is reinforced by consistent spiritual practices, such as prayer and meditation, which Fox describes as tuning into the divine frequency. Through these practices, positive outcomes manifest in our lives, further reinforcing the belief in the power of thought. Conversely, neglecting these practices weakens our thoughts, leading to poor manifestations, creating a feedback loop that can either elevate or diminish our spiritual experience. In Emmet Fox's teachings, divine timing, patience, and spiritual growth form a causal triad that illustrates how spiritual development unfolds in alignment with a higher plan. Fox emphasizes that God is never too late, nor too early, but always on time, highlighting the belief that everything in life happens according to divine timing. This divine timing requires patience, as spiritual growth cannot be rushed but occurs at the precise moment when it is most beneficial. Patience in this context is not passive waiting but an active trust in the process, knowing that spiritual growth will come when the time is right. Without patience, one might resist or try to force growth, but this only leads to frustration and stagnation. Fox's statement, "All things work together for good to them that love God," encapsulates the idea that spiritual growth is the inevitable outcome of trusting in divine timing, provided we have the patience to allow it to unfold naturally. Faith, positive outcomes, and divine order form a non-linear relationship in Fox's spiritual framework. He teaches that faith is the underlying force that connects us to the divine order, but its effects are not always immediate or direct. Fox writes, "Faith is expectancy. You do not receive what you want. You receive what you expect," suggesting that faith aligns us with the divine order, which then orchestrates the manifestation of positive outcomes in ways that may not be immediately apparent. This nonlinear process shows that faith in divine order does not lead to direct, immediate results, but rather sets into motion a series of events that eventually culminate in positive outcomes. These outcomes, when they do appear, often seem to come as a result of seemingly unrelated actions or circumstances, demonstrating the complex and indirect ways in which divine order operates. Without faith, one may struggle to perceive this divine orchestration, leading to a sense of disconnection and disorder. Fox's wisdom reminds us that the great central fact of life is that God is the only power and that God is good, encouraging us to maintain faith in the divine order, even when the path to positive outcomes is not immediately clear. In Fox's teachings, the concepts of oneness, love, and peace are deeply inclusive, each reinforcing the other. He writes, "Love is by far the most important thing of all. It is the golden gate of paradise." This oneness, the unity of all beings, naturally leads to love, which is the expression of our interconnectedness. Love, in turn, fosters peace, creating a harmonious cycle of spiritual well-being. However, when love is absent, the sense of oneness disintegrates, leading to discord and a lack of peace. Fox's insistence that we are all one in the infinite mind of God highlights the necessity of maintaining these inclusive concepts to achieve a balanced and peaceful existence. Fox's emphasis on wisdom, understanding, and compassion forms a conjoined triad essential for spiritual growth. He asserts that true wisdom comes from within, suggesting that wisdom arises from deep understanding, which is often cultivated through compassion. These qualities do not exist in isolation, but are interdependent. Understanding leads to both wisdom and compassion, while compassion deepens understanding. Without wisdom and compassion, understanding is bottlenecked, preventing true spiritual insight. As Fox eloquently states, understanding is the gateway to wisdom, underscoring the importance of integrating these qualities to achieve spiritual maturity. The absence of any one of these elements restricts the flow of spiritual knowledge and empathy, impeding personal growth. The harmonic relationship between gratitude, joy, and abundance is central to Fox's spiritual teachings. He writes, "Bless a thing and it will bless you. Curse it and it will curse you," suggesting that gratitude transforms our experience, leading to joy and ultimately abundance. These three concepts harmonize with each other, creating a cycle of positivity that enriches life. Gratitude fosters joy, joy attracts abundance, and abundance, in turn, deepens gratitude. However, when one of these elements is missing, a dissonant experience arises. Without abundance, gratitude and joy can diminish, leading to a lack of fulfillment. Fox's teaching that joy is the most infallible sign of the presence of God underscores the necessity of maintaining this harmonic triad for a spiritually rich life. In Fox's view, unity consciousness, service, and self-realization form a convergent triad essential for spiritual enlightenment. He teaches that the great work of life is to realize the oneness of all things, suggesting that unity consciousness naturally leads to service, as we recognize our interconnectedness with others. Service, in turn, fosters self-realization, the deep understanding of one's divine nature. These elements are mutually reinforcing. As we serve others, we grow in our understanding of the divine, and as we realize our true nature, we are more inclined to serve. However, when service and self-realization are absent, unity consciousness diverges, leading to spiritual isolation and a loss of purpose. Fox's assertion that life is a service highlights the critical role that service plays in achieving unity consciousness and self-realization. Creative expression, freedom, and divine inspiration combine to form a triadic relationship in Fox's philosophy. He teaches that true creativity is inspired by the divine, suggesting that our creative expression is a manifestation of divine inspiration. This expression is intertwined with the freedom to act according to one's true nature, leading to a fulfilling spiritual life. However, if divine inspiration is lacking, creative expression and freedom are compromised, leading to a sense of limitation. Fox's belief that freedom is the birthright of every soul emphasizes the importance of maintaining this triad to experience the fullness of spiritual creativity and liberty. The division of any of these elements results in a fragmented experience that can undermine the spiritual journey. Fox's emphasis on mindfulness, inner peace, and spiritual awareness forms a triadic association essential for a balanced life. He teaches that peace of mind is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is, suggesting that mindfulness in the present moment leads to inner peace. This peace, in turn, enhances spiritual awareness, creating a harmonious state of being. However, the absence of mindfulness and inner peace leads to disassociation, causing spiritual awareness to fragment. Fox's assertion that to think health when surrounded by the appearance of disease, or to think abundance when in the midst of apparent lack, requires power, underscores the importance of maintaining mindfulness and inner peace to achieve a heightened state of spiritual awareness. Finally, Fox's teachings on holistic living, balance, and spiritual fulfillment illustrate an integrative triad essential for complete spiritual well-being. He writes, "You are not a body, you have a body. indicating the importance of integrating body, mind, and spirit to achieve true balance. This balance leads to spiritual fulfillment, the ultimate goal of a holistic approach to life. However, when balance is lacking, holistic living disintegrates, leading to a fragmented and unfulfilling spiritual experience. Fox's belief that balance is the key to life emphasizes the necessity of integrating all aspects of our being to achieve spiritual fulfillment. The disintegration of any element in this triad results in a breakdown of the spiritual harmony that is essential for a meaningful and purposeful life. Through these triads, Fox's spiritual teachings offer a comprehensive framework for understanding the interconnectedness of spiritual principles. Each triad represents a dynamic relationship that, when maintained, leads to a harmonious and fulfilling spiritual life. Conversely, the disruption of these relationships can lead to spiritual imbalance, disconnection, and a diminished experience of the divine. Fox's wisdom provides a roadmap for navigating the complexities of spiritual growth, reminding us that the path to enlightenment is one of integration, balance, and deep understanding of the divine forces that govern our lives.